make you, bother you. That day will not come until these things happen. The man of sin that you're creating by your worship, wanting a figure before you that you can see, like the children of Israel did, the bull god they worship, that won't come. That must be revealed. That iniquity that's in the church, where you're overriding the words of the apostle, you're overriding the teachings I gave you, and you now are wanting to set up an office. It's already working. It's already in the church. And the only reason it isn't taking the church, lawlessness, as you read, just overcoming everybody, is because he is hindering it. Christ is hindering it. Christ is still in me, the apostle. I'm still living. John is still living. So Christ in us is holding that back until Christ in us is taken out of the way. And when they martyred Paul, they martyred John, they martyred Polycarp, Clement, those other men, then here come the Council of Trent, Council of Nicaea, and then finally Constantine in the 5th century. It just progressed from the white to the red to the black to the pale, and death was riding that horse. So now, in our day, the Antichrist spirit is still working because great edifices and great systems of religion and great cathedrals are now established, and millions believe in this office. So that false teaching was established. Now Christ must come and smite this. And if you will, since we're on this, we might as well get the rest of this. 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, because it'd be injustice to leave it right there. Verse 8 you must teach verse 8 too. If you're going to teach verse 7, teach verse 8. And then, when? All right, and then, that's prophecy. Now Paul begins to prophesy in verse 8. He said, when Christ is taken out of the way, in verse 7, and then shall that wicked be revealed. He goes right back up to verse 3. The man of sin be revealed, and then shall that wicked be revealed. The man of sin must be revealed. That wicked, when is that then? That then is when Christ comes again. When he makes his second advent. Then that wicked is going to be revealed. Right now, you can stand out here in the middle of this street and shout and holler and carry signs. We know who the Antichrist is. We know the man of sin. You'd have people honk at you, God bless you, run you over if you stand out in the middle of that street. They'd run you over. You wouldn't tear that down. You would never make a dent in it. You won't even touch it. You could stand there and go outside of one of the places that holds this teaching and this office and parade out in the street. They'd arrest you because you would be disturbing the peace, and you wouldn't dent that. But when Jesus comes again, then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, nobody but the Lord is going to be able to handle the man of sin, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Well, his mouth is his word, and his word now being preached through the mouth, the words of Jesus through a ministry is going to finally let the precious, the chosen, the called out, the separated ones, they will see who the Antichrist is. They will see the man of sin, and he'll be revealed. And then when he's revealed with the spirit of his mouth, only to those that get the revelation. You'll never tear the system down. Christ must destroy that with the brightness of his coming. The brightness of his coming, not the spirit of his mouth. The spirit of his mouth is his word. And that will not tear it down into pieces. But when Christ comes, and the brightness of his coming, and the power of his coming is going to destroy it, bring it to a close. And the Antichrist and the beast and the false prophet will be destroyed and put then, which is another subject, in the bottomless pit. Sister Carol.
There's a really good type of that in the book of Esther. So
Yes.
the whole thing there, going from
Yes.
the robe to the ring to sitting upon the king's actual beast or animal there. It's really good. I know that's, if you get into that now, but.
The whole book of Esther, right? The entire book of Esther. All of it. But in particular, in the last part of it, when you're dealing with H-A-M-E-N, I believe it's spelled, maybe an N on that, H-A-E-M-N, Haman, or I don't think it's H-A-M-E-N, however it's spelled. But when you're dealing with Haman, the man that wanted to get Mordecai, the uncle of Esther, but did not get him. He prepared the gallows for him. He didn't know the gallows was for him. That he would hang on the gallows he prepared. And if you understand the typology now, Sister Christine made mention of the pictures that we showed. Haman being the man of sin, the Antichrist, seeking to destroy the Jew, the restored Jew, Mordecai. But there's a bride in the palace.
Yes, sir.
There's an Esther.
There's an Esther.
There's a virgin.
Clean.
And she is connected with Mordecai. The bride of Christ is of kinship because Mordecai is Israel. The bride is both Jew and Gentile. And the lineage is between Esther and Mordecai. So Esther is going to speak to the king. And Jesus will see that Haman, the Antichrist, the man of sin, is hanged, beheaded. And when his dead body is taken down, to be put in the bottomless pit, where it will lie there in darkness for 1,000 years. That's where that system will be. Satan, the dragon, the devil, the serpent, all in that bottomless pit, are without foundation, a place without foundation. Okay, that's good. Got Esther in there, got Mordecai, got Ahasuerus. Did you know Ahasuerus ruled over 120 provinces? His first ruling was over 120 in the upper room. That was the 120 provinces he ruled over. He was king over that before he married Esther. He ruled over 120 provinces. Ahasuerus. He's a perfect picture of Christ. And when he recognizes Esther, the bride, the overcomers, will be after she purifies herself from among many virgins. There's 12 months of purification. That's government. 6 months of bitterness, astringent myrrh, which is a bitter element, baptism of fire, and 6 months of frankincense.